Hi everyone, Jasmine from Redwood Financial here, and this week's frequently asked question is, how can I plan to retire early? That's a fantastic question. And actually, the biggest thing that you can do in terms of planning to retire early is to start saving now more than ever. It really is alarming, the research that is coming out of not just the UK, but out of most Western economies, as how generationally we are saving less and less for our future. There is a disconnect between our present selves and our desire to spend money and enjoy our life now, and our future selves that is going to need to have some kind of retirement savings to see us through. We are all living longer. And there was a time that retirement meant that we just had to have enough income to survive 5 to 10 years after we stopped working. In reality now, with life expectancy, we are expecting to live decades after we stop working, and the financial resources that we need just even to be able to retire at a normal age of, let's say, 65 is huge. The financial resource that's needed to then retire even earlier than 65 is even bigger. So if you are not saving and not having any plans for your retirement, you have to start making a proactive plan how you are going to get there. Is it through pensions? Is it through selling a business? Is it through a buy-to-let portfolio? In reality, is it a mixture of some of those things? Are we going to downsize? Are we banking on an inheritance that may or may not come through? We have to make sure that we have got a strategic plan in place of when you want to retire, how much income you want to be able to retire on. And then once we have those two numbers, we can work everything back to then work out what you need to start doing proactively now to make sure that you've got those financial resources in place. Research suggests now that for the average UK individual, in order to have an average, not a highly affluent retirement, but an average decent lifestyle in retirement, we need to have saved as individuals close to £1 million in pension funds, individually and privately. We don't have final salary pensions anymore. They're dying out. We can't rely on the state pension the way that most people thought they could when it comes to simple things like being able to put food on the table and keep the heating on in winter. The onus now is on us as individuals to take responsibility for our own personal retirement planning. The government has helped in some way with auto-enrolment, kind of forcing and mandating employers and employees to start contributing into pensions, but they've not gone far enough, because you can still choose to opt out. And unfortunately, so many people are still opting out and not saving proactively for their retirement. So the biggest thing you need to do is to put a plan in place, crunch the numbers. When do you want to retire by? On what income? And then we can work it back from there. And then you can start creating savings goals and building and accumulating that wealth while you're working to then see you through your retirement age. We've launched a really exciting roadmap to retirement webinar. It's a really practical webinar, which doesn't talk about the technicalities to do with pensions or anything like that, but just looks at the practical things you need to do to work out how you can go from where you are now to being able to be financially free and independent and able to retire on the lifestyle that you want. The webinar is less than 45 minutes, so it's well worth checking out. Have a look on our website and you can watch that anytime and get some more free advice and information on this area. So that's the frequently asked question for this week. Hope that helps, and look forward to answering your next frequently asked question next week.